Hello everyone, my name is Yan. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the predictors of hearing aid benefits for speech perception in noise. The rationale is that hearing aid users sometimes have very different experience in terms of aided benefits, even if they have similar audiograms. So we want to know what then predict the aided benefits if not audiogram. In previous analysis of this study, we looked at audiometric and psychoacoustic measures. So for this presentation, I will include and emphasize on electroacoustics, the HASP. Just very briefly about the participants and the tests we did. 35 older adults with mild to moderate sensory neural loss were recruited. They were examined and tested with audiometric, psychoacoustic, and speech and noise tests. The psychoacoustics test battery, which we call it IPASS, contains a series of super-threshold tests to examine frequency and temporal processing, envelope detection, and binaural hearing. For the speech and noise tests, we used QuickSyn, which is efficient and often used clinically. I'll talk about HASP later. In QuickSyn tasks, participants repeated the speech sentences they heard. Speech is always from the front with babble noise at different locations. There are 6 target sentences of decreasing SNR in each run. 5 words per sentence, so that's 30 words in total per run. We did this in multiple conditions, so 2 rooms including high and low reverberation, 2 hearing aid programs for omnidirectional and front fixed directional, 3 noise configurations including front noise, 90-degree noise presented to the worst ear, or surrounding noise. This setup was later replicated in KEMAR measurements through participants' prescripted hearing aids, so that we have audio recordings of exactly what participants heard. HASP was then calculated using those audio files. Very quickly on how HASP was calculated. So we took the better ear channel of the recordings and compared with the clean reference. We made sure that the calibration captured the correct dB value for level 1, which tells the HASP function to listen to both clean reference and the test audio at a physically meaningful level, so that we can also take hearing loss of the participants into consideration. Moving on to the results. First, let's see how QuickSyn and HASP correlate with each other. Panel A is the main plot. Other panels are just colored differently to highlight comparison of conditions. Y-axis is how many words did the participants got correctly, with a range of 0 to 30. X-axis is the HASP score of corresponding stimuli with a range of 0 to 1. You can see in panel A, there's a moderate overall correlation of 0.6, statistically significant. In panel B, yellow dots are high reverberation data, blue dots are low reverb. You can see the 2 clusters are clearly separated from each other, and the high reverberation really messed up the correlation. In panel C and D, directionality and noise location did not have a significant impact on the correlation between HASP and QuickSyn. And then, if you take the difference between conditions, you can derive benefits. For example, take the score of using front fixed directional microphone minus the score of using omni microphone, then you get the directionality benefit, which is shown in panel C. For the same manner, spatial release from masking benefit was also derived, shown in panel D. Panel B is the combined benefit of the 2, and panel A is putting everything together. You can derive these benefits using either participants' QuickSyn scores, which is on y-axis, or derived by HASP scores of stimuli and multiplied by 30 to get equivalent words correct, which is on x-axis. Interestingly, almost all of these correlations are lower than the previous slide, which suggests that you don't want to use one type of score to substitute the other, especially when representing aided benefits. Okay, previously we looked at individual level difference between HASP and QuickSyn. Here's a group level comparison. Both QuickSyn and HASP captured the direction and magnitude of each acoustic manipulation, which are a large reverberation penalty, a consistent directional mic gain, and spatial release from masking benefits that reflect Haspy's better ear model. For example, you can see that this spatial release from masking benefit was captured by Quixin, but not by Haspy, because the SNR for better ear channel in surrounding noise is most likely not better than the SNR with front noise. But human beings use both ears to benefit from this. Now, let's see how Haspy contributes to the prediction of aided benefits. First, let's fit a linear model of the benefits using a single variable, pure tone average, representing the audiogram. Then take the residual, which is the portion that cannot be explained by audiogram. The portion that can be explained by the audiogram is noted by the dark blue bars. Y-axis is percentage variance explained. X-axis contains different types of benefits in low and high reverberation, including spatial release from masking benefit, directional benefit, combined benefit, and the grand average of these benefits. Secondly, fit the residual using Haspy. This is to test if Haspy can contribute more after controlling audiogram, noted by yellow bars, which are visually too short to see. And thirdly, same process with the suprathreshold test battery, the I-pass, noted by red bars. The take-home message here is that suprathreshold tests explained a significant portion of aided benefits after controlling audiogram. To explain what happened to Haspy, the key is to understand whether Haspy is fit directly to benefits or to the residual of PDA. And remember, PDA represents the audiogram. Haspy actually does explain some percentages when fit directly to hearing aid benefits, but that credit is taken by PDA in the residual model, which suggests that if you include PDA in the individual level prediction of aided benefits, you don't need to include Haspy. For conclusions, Haspy captured the direction and magnitude of each acoustic manipulation at the group level, but had limited utility for individual level prediction of hearing aid benefits in this study. Suprathreshold abilities stood out in predicting hearing aid benefits beyond PDA, which aligns with the Haspy's author's suggestion that, quote, incorporating individual measurements of auditory function into the metrics could improve prediction accuracy. That's all for the video, and thanks for watching.